Couple minutes late, some technical difficulties. It's internet here. Had to go to plan B. And this will be interactive, so type in questions or comments, anything as we're going. I'll give it a couple more minutes because I know I was a couple minutes delayed here with the technology. As I was saying earlier, this is going to be interactive, so type in questions, comments, concerns, any of that stuff as we're going, and I'll get to it. This is our last one. Hello. So kind of cram everything in here into this last one and give you just some tidbits, some odds and ends, a couple of things to know as you're going through your entrepreneurship. So give it about another minute and then we'll get going. How's the weather over there? You guys said it was raining? Ah, see, that's why you have to live in Las Vegas. I'm just saying. All right, well, we're going to get started. Right? See that? My name's Tim Herron, and welcome to Entrepreneur Bootcamp. This is the last one, Periscope 10, in our series of Entrepreneur Bootcamp. So a little bit of a recap before I get into everything there. My name's Tim Herron. My email is timherron69@gmail.com. I have a blog called Wallachs, Word, WALLACHS, Word.com. My YouTube channel is Tim Herron-Youngevity, my business, one of my businesses. YOUNGEVITY. So go there, comment, like, share, join up, so you can get all the latest videos and news coming out of there. So a little bit of a recap, as I always do. We went into, are you an entrepreneur or a wantrepreneur? The 1099 or W-2 mindset. Very important, otherwise you're wasting your time. Then we went into a day in the life of an entrepreneur. Then we went strengths, weaknesses, mind conditioning, sacrifices, what, why, for what purpose? Who do you keep in your company? Who do you cut out? Do you dress for success? Very important. Building your brand, right? Your brand, and also your product or service or goods or whatever it is that's going on in there. There's multiple things that you're building. Adaptations and expectations, lowering, raising, okay? Adapting to everything that's going on, not just now, but in the future. That's very important. Then we went into costs and expenses and percentages, okay? So you're kind of knowing, when you're approaching people, what are your costs? What are your hard costs? What are your costs of making a product or a service, What are your hard costs? What are your percentages, right? It's very important. So now I want to get to a few things, and I want to talk about scalability. Scalability, okay? Is your, now that you have your vision, right, okay? Now that you have your clear vision, your passion, and your business, okay? Is it scalable? Which means, does it have the characteristics, does it have a system which enables your business to not only maintain, but to increase? Every single investor worth his salt, every single business-minded person is going to ask, is this scalable? Is this something that's here and I can go to here? Or is it just here and it's here or like this, okay? So is it scalable? You have to have a business that's scalable to maintain and continue growth and success. That's very important, very, very important, right? So any investor or partner wants to know what's next, okay? Not now, but what's coming next. What can I hope to get into, with you? I just don't want this thing here. I want what's coming next. What am I going to get next, right? Your customer's going to want to know that. Your partner's going to want to know that. Your investors are going to want to know that. What is coming next? What's next for me, right? What's next for you and your passion and your vision? So I always talk about your mind going forward, not now, but in the future. Don't worry about what happened in the past. Don't worry about what's going on now, because everything that you've done, you've prepared for the future. If you worry about what's going on now or before, then you weren't prepared, right? You can't have a regret. Can't have those. Then it means you're not prepared. You weren't expecting something. You weren't adapting. Your expectations were way too high. Okay? So you have to be prepared in order to think in the future. Okay? That's very, very, very important. Very important. I can't stress that enough. So many people, what about this and what about that? And what are you worried about that for? You should have already been prepared for that. Right? It's what's coming next. What's 4, 5, 10, 20 moves down? What am I producing next? What's my next biggest thing? What's my next biggest event for this product or service that I have? Okay? So that's very important, okay? When you're creating, building, and partnering and scaling, right, you're doing it for either one or a multitude of reasons, right? For your income, right? To make money. Everybody wants to make money. So you have to make sure that your passion, if we're in this to be entrepreneurs, it's about making money. Not just for yourself, but for other people. So it's your income and it's your residual income, one that's going to come to you regardless of what goes on, right? I'm going to do this, but I'm building it in such a way, my system is such a way that this is going to come back to me regardless of what happens. So it's your income, but it's also your residual income, something that you can lean on in retirement. So your income is now, residual income is for later. Two different things. Leaving a legacy is very important for your kids, for your loved ones. Leaving your name legacy, what you've built, what you've created. Is it leaving a legacy, right, that others can follow? So that's very important, okay? And then sale, okay? The sale of your business. Because a lot of people, either they're going to pass it off to their family, or they're going to sell it. So you have to create this in such a way where it's saleable. If it's not something that's going to keep going and going and going in perpetuity, into perpetuity, right? And that you're going to pass on and leave a legacy and you're building it, then you're building it for sale. It's something that has to be built for sale. It has to have value. Has to have value. Now to go into a few more things, some tangible things and some tools that I see so many people don't think about, right? Because they're living in the now and the past, okay? All these things that we're doing, what you're really doing is you're creating that gut feeling, that feeling that comes in here and in here, that's manufactured in here and comes out in your actions. Everything that you're doing in here, if you are not prepared to be successful, you are not going to be successful. And if you are not prepared, then you're going to live in the today and the yesterday, not in the tomorrow. Think about that for a second. These tools that I'm giving you, that I gave you in the last 9 weeks, is to create that gut feeling that you will rely on no matter what happens, no matter what environment you find yourself in, so that you're not shaken and you're not taken out of your character, and that you can make those decisions that are important for what's going to be in the future, That moment in time and going into the future. If you're not relying on your gut feeling to drive you in your endeavors, whether it's your personal or your entrepreneurship, right? If you can't rely on that, that means you're not prepared. You don't trust yourself enough to make those decisions because you weren't prepared, okay? You're not going to be successful, right? You want to eliminate the guesswork in your business, in your decision making. Eliminate the guesswork because you are so prepared, you're so focused, you've done everything possible, right? And you know what to expect if something's not going to turn out right, right? I expect that could be a possibility. And if it happens, am I completely shattered? Or do I switch gears and figure something else out? So trust your gut feeling, but you have to create it from scratch. You have to create it by being prepared, by doing all the steps needed to do that. If you have your expectations so high, right, and then you don't reach that right away, you're going to be a failure in your own mind. Okay? So eliminate the guesswork. Eliminate as much guesswork as possible. Saying, okay, I've come to this fork in the road, and I'm taking this. Good, bad, or indifferent, I'm taking it. Why? Because I feel that that's my best way. I feel that this is coming up, I got to go do this. Everybody else might look at you and say, well, you're crazy, or this. Okay, great. You're not in my gut. You haven't been walking in my shoes. You haven't been preparing what I've been preparing for. Right? So I can make those decisions because I'm prepared, because I trust my gut, because I have all these things going in my favor that I've created over time. These are not things that you just do at a whim. This is all the things that you're doing to prepare yourself, right? That'll take me to one of my last things here, okay? So the decision making comes from preparation, comes from that gut feeling, takes you to being a leader. Because if you're doing all these things, people will follow you. Inherently, that's a leader. People want to follow the prepared person. They want to follow the person that has the most knowledge. They want to follow the person that's making the most money for them, if it comes to that. They want to follow the person that has the same values. All these things will come into play. And they want to follow that. They want to join forces with that. They want to partner with that. That is being a leader. That is what being a leader is. Because you're so prepared. You have it. Right? Not everything is going to be successful. Not everything is going to turn out the way it's supposed to be. That's life. Boo-hoo. So what? Okay? But you move on and you switch gears and you change it up and you're not shaken. Right? It's taken a lot of the emotions out of it. You have to learn to separate your emotional side from your business side and make those hard decisions when necessary, because that's what your gut is telling you to do. Your prepared gut decision making. That's what it's telling you to do. You know, you can't have a lot of emotions in business. It comes down to this is this and this is this. Great. Then make the decision. If you think long, you're thinking wrong. If you're thinking too long, you're not prepared. So that gut feeling is very important. All those steps that I've been telling you, go back to my other Periscopes and webisodes, go back to all those things, and they are preparing you to make those decisions in your life, in your entrepreneurship, in your business, in your passion, in your vision. All those things. Right? And that you can rely on for the rest of your life. And you can use in other aspects of your life as your gut feeling. I'm prepared. So I'm saying take that emotional side out and just make the best decisions possible based on everything that you've been doing. And then go with it. All right? And own it. You got to take ownership of your decisions. Don't blame anybody else for making those decisions because you're the one that made them. And then you're playing, living in, this person and that. No, it's the blame game. Can't do that. That'll tear you up. Okay? Take ownership of those decisions because you are so prepared. If they don't go that way, that's life. Move on. Go do other stuff. Figure out another way. Have that plan B, C, D, E, and E. F, E, F, E, E. Right? You got to have multiple outs. Take ownership of those decisions. Does anybody have any questions so far, comments? Because this is our last one here before I throw this up on the webisode. So, you're into your entrepreneurship now. You're in it, right? But you have to be prepared to be successful. Can't say that any cleaner than that, okay? One example I'm going to give you, there's a few of you on here, and for the couple of the people on here that know me already, right? When I'm talking about what's coming next in your vision and your passion, what people are expecting from you, what people are, because they're going to come to expect things, right? Your investors, your partners, your customers, whatever it is. Okay, what is coming next? You have to prepare this for what's coming. So I'm coming out with a book now in about 4 or 5 weeks, give or take, depending on printing. And I've already got book 2 pretty much written. I have book 3 already in my head. And depending on how we do and what I believe the vision is for this, I have 3 books, one right after the other. Second one, pretty much done. Fine-tuning and some odds and ends there. But that's what's coming next. Right? I have this and then this. So my audience is going to say, okay, I got this book. Hopefully I really love it, right? God willing. And then they say, okay, well, what's coming next? Great, here's this. Even coming soon. Or, follow writings or whatever we're going to put on the end of the first one. So they know that something else is coming. I'm building the first one to the second one to the third one. Creating the legacy, creating the vision, creating all those different things. So, it's about what's next. If you create for just now, if you create something for just now, then you're already in the past. You have to get your mind thinking forward, and it's because you're prepared you're able to do that. So does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, anything they want to talk about, not just for this, but for any of the other Periscopes or webisodes that I've done, or anything about your business? Throw it out there. Don't be shy. Absolutely. You don't want to take your emotions out of your business. Then that doesn't make sense. You're absolutely great question. You want to take your emotional side out of the decision-making process. For instance, I have this thing that I'm doing, but you know what? Maybe that's just not something. Maybe that person won't feel this way, or maybe they're going to look at me a different way. Who cares, right? Who cares? You have a very laser-focused passion and vision, right? You can't let anything shake you from that. You can't let some outside personal feelings or personal something come into there and make it. You can't make an emotional business decision. That's what I'm getting at, okay? Your business decision has to be based on business, not on some emotional feeling. Your gut feeling is one thing, right? But that's not emotional. That's, hey, I feel this way because this is what's going on for my business. You're welcome. Yeah, so the emotional side is what you have to take out. You can't make an emotional business decision, right? It's either business or it isn't. It's not, there's no gray area when it comes to that, right? I'm choosing this, I'm doing this, there it is. I own it. This is my decision. Why? Because I'm prepared. Why? Because I trust my gut. Why? Because I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. I have a routine. I've cut all the clutter out of my life, all the useless people that aren't doing anything, all the negativity. My mind is focused. My mind is sharp. I've been able to adapt. I expect this. I know this could happen, but I expect this because I have done everything that I need to do to be at this position in life, in this position in my endeavor. So that there. So all these things that you're doing, you're creating the leader in you. Right? Because if you're going into business, somebody's going to have to follow you. If I have my book, some people have to follow. I can't just write a book and publish it for myself and read it myself. That doesn't work. People have to follow you. If you have a network marketing company, people have to follow you. People have to join you. But what are they joining? They're joining you. You built your brand. They're joining the company because they believe in that. That's another brand. But they're ultimately joining you. Because there's tons of network marketing companies, but why are they choosing to be with you? Because you're the leader, because you prepare, because they see the success. They see that clear vision. That's what they're joining. They're joining you. So you have to get to that point where they're wanting to believe in what you're doing. Anything else? Before I shut it down, okay, so just to recap today, we went over all those different things, the gut feeling, all that, creating your business, everything, making it scalable, making it so that it can be something for the future, something where it's building, you're building it, right? Business builder, building, all these things come into play. So that's it there, scalable, all that kind of good stuff. So anyway, we'll shut that down. This was the last Periscope of the Entrepreneur Bootcamp. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, send them in to me, timherron69@gmail.com. You are absolutely welcome there. And, if you're not in my business already, if you have some kind of business ideas, shoot them by me. I always find time, right? I'm very busy. But if you don't have time, it's because you have poor time management, or it's not important for you. So I'll find the time. If it's something of interest to you, I'll find the time. I'll find the time and get to it quick about whatever it is you want to do. So if you have any kind of business out there that's floating around, hey, you never know. Business is business is business is business. All these steps are transferred to every business. So it doesn't matter what it is. I've had commercial fishing boat, restaurants, construction company, entertainment company, network marketing business, books. You name it, going up and down. So it doesn't matter what it is. Business is business, and it will always be that way, right? So what I want you to do to for this one here is send me in how your business is scalable and what are you doing to scale your business. That's one part. So that's what are you doing to scale your business, and is your business scalable now? Because you have your business. Now what are you doing and how are you going to scale it to grow it exponentially? Not just maintain, but to scale, to grow, right? Because if you're not growing, eventually everything else will catch up to you. So I want you to do that. And then I also want you to just tell me how is it that you're using your gut feeling? Like, what was the last time you used your gut feeling in a business decision and it either worked out or it didn't. You can do either one, right? So I want you to do that. Just throw one out there. Say, I used my gut feeling here and it worked, or it didn't work. And we'll get to that. And I'll comment. I'll send a response there, or even I'll talk about it on my Periscope. Okay, I can't talk about everyone's, but so we'll put it there. So that's it. My email is timharron69@gmail.com. Thank you very much for everyone for giving me your time. And, good luck with everything. And be prosperous. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you.